Hey y'all, I'm Haley Miller. I have 5 audience members in front of me and my 6th is behind the camera. Do you have someone that you praise and look up to? I have a group of people. They're Disney princesses. The first Disney princess I'm going to talk about is Elsa from the new Disney movie Frozen. Elsa grew up with no parents and could not be near her sister because she had freezing powers that she could not learn to control. She could have easily hurt someone with these powers, just as she did when she accidentally struck Anna's head with a cold blast when they were kids. It was very difficult for her to lose both of her parents at a young age, as it would be for anyone. They were the only people who could try to help her learn to deal with the powers that she saw as a curse. That made losing them that much harder for Elsa. Not only did she have to go through the struggles of concealing her freezing powers without her mother and father, but also without her sister. She couldn't spend time with Anna or be around her. Elsa feared that she would hurt Anna just like she did before, especially since her powers grew stronger as she got older. It is impressive that even though she spent so much of her life alone, she became a strong, independent woman. Elsa also did not have a love interest. Elsa, unlike all the other Disney princesses, didn't have a prince. Elsa dealt with her problems on her own instead of seeking help to chase after a man, which is the Disney princess stereotype. Elsa's problems had to do with something much more than making herself happy. Finding Prince Charming and going on a quest to find a way to be with him was not her main goal. Elsa was willing to leave her kingdom for what she thought would be forever, just to protect the happiness of her people. The next princess I'm going to talk about is Merida from the movie Brave. Merida didn't want the traditional arranged marriage that was being pushed on her. She said that even the 3 suitors she was given to choose from deserved a chance at love. Merida didn't want a love interest at all. She was seen as an independent young girl who could fend for herself. Her archery skills represented this independence. She could shoot better than most males, which was symbolic that she, as a girl, could do anything just as good or better than a boy. She also took care of business herself. Merida fought the villain herself. She conquered the huge bear and freed her mother and 3 brothers from being trapped inside bear bodies. Archery once again shows that she was independent and did not need help taking care of business herself. Her fiery red hair represents her personality. Like her hair, she was different from Disney princesses and the traditions of her country. Merida and her hair alike had a mind of their own. Pocahontas is also a role model princess to me. Pocahontas tried to keep peace for her tribe. She didn't like the people from the New World coming in and taking their land and resources. Even though she didn't like having to share what was once all her tribe's property, she tried to keep the peace between her tribe and the settlers. She knew what was right, and she knew if she didn't stand for it and try to keep the peace, no one would, and it can result in injury and death. Pocahontas was willing to give up one of the most important things in the world to her. Pocahontas did have a love interest. He was a settler named John Smith. She did have a struggle to be with him, which played a big part in the plot of the story. At the end of the movie, John Smith asked Pocahontas to leave behind everything: her home, her tribe, her family, her friends, her whole life. Pocahontas refused to go. She wouldn't follow the typical Disney princess stereotype and drop everything for a man. She knew that even though she loved John Smith, she couldn't leave behind her people who needed her help to continue to keep the peace. She put the needs of other people ahead of her feelings. She would rather have a broken heart than to abandon her tribe. I've saved the best for last. Ariel from The Little Mermaid is a heroine princess in my eyes. Ariel went on an adventure to pursue the love that she wanted. The Little Mermaid did have a prince, just like the typical Disney princess, and she gave up everything to be with him. I know this goes against a lot of what I've already talked about, but I think Ariel is a role model in a different way from the other princesses. Ariel made a very scary decision when she chose to trade Ursula, the evil sea witch, her voice for the rest of her life, and the rest of her life for 3 days as a human to make Prince Eric fall in love with her. Ariel didn't even know how to walk or talk when she became human. She couldn't speak to explain her situation to the prince. This must have been very scary for her. Ariel risked a lot just so she could follow her heart. I'm a firm believer that you should always follow your heart, and maybe that's why Ariel is a favorite of mine. She gave up her beautiful singing voice, which was the only way Prince Eric would have been able to recognize her, and the rest of her life. The deal with Ursula was that if Prince Eric didn't kiss Ariel in 3 days, she would have no voice and be stuck in the sea cave with Ursula forever. This, to me, shows that Ariel was confident in her ability to achieve her dreams and she was not afraid to follow her heart. This is why I look up to the Little Mermaid. These are my favorite Disney princesses and the reasons I look up to them. I would like to thank the websites Telegraph, About Movies, and DisneyHeroines.com. Thank you.